It's been a while since I've done any tarot videos, but with everything that's been going on, the energy has been really dense and heavy and overwhelming. And it's been really difficult to kind of connect to a pure energetic understanding without being clouded by, emotions or energetic chaos from the outside, because it's really important to pay attention at this moment in time in history, because there's a lot of things that are just basically slapping us across the face, making us pay attention, because we've been kind of willingly ignoring and deluding ourselves, thinking it's not our problem when it actually is, unfortunately. So the universe said, hey, guess what? You should pay attention. So I'm going to read a passage from the Heart of the Revolution, the Buddha's Radical Teachings. I've been slowly working my way through this book, and it's called Training the Monkey, The Path of Practice for the Wild at Heart, which is definitely someone who considers themselves spiritual or revolutionary or a outside the box thinker, somebody who wants to change the world, who wants to change themselves and then change the world, because that's the only way we can do it. I'm going to read a passage and then we'll do some cards. As you can see, they're all stacked up and I have all my decks. I can't seem to find one of them, but we'll make it work. Okay. At the center of our human experience is the emotional complexity that we call heart. Our hearts have the capacity for great love and deep joy, but also the capacity for unthinkable cruelty and hatred. Of course, the heart that we are talking about is not the cardiac muscle that resides in the chest, but interestingly enough, when asked to locate their emotional heart or the center of their emotional being, most people point to a place in the center of the chest, solar plexus, which happens to be close to where the very heart lives. Indeed, what happens in the emotional heart has often an effect on the physical heart. And I'm going to stop there because I want to explain. The solar plexus here is our third and yellow chakra, and our fourth chakra is actually right here, which is the heart, and its color is green. And so when you feel like heart things, the energetic center that resides right here is the one being most affected. Also why, when we have self-esteem issues, right here, this is the part that we tend to hide or disguise or slump, or, it becomes larger in an attempt to cover or block that chakra so that it gets protected because it's feeling vulnerable. For instance, romantic love can increase a person's heart rate, while grief can create a feeling of constriction around the cardiac muscle. Despite these physical reactions, we know through mindfulness and the Buddhist philosophy that the mind is where emotions arise first. Without introspection, investigation, it may seem, if emotions are rising in the body, first, fear, for example, is initially felt as a physical rush of adrenaline. It is the body's total and complex interconnection with the mind that creates this illusion. It's actually a release of a certain neurotransmitter that triggers muscular and nervous impulses throughout our body, because it releases a neurotransmitter to the organ that releases the adrenaline, which then in turn triggers nerve impulses, which is why we feel like tension and tightness in our muscles. What you will find if you pay close attention is the emotions arise first as mental objects and then are almost instantly experienced as a physical phenomena. In fact, the Buddha encouraged both mind and heart training, and at times in his teachings he wrote the word citta, C-I-T-T-A, which has a dual meaning of both heart and mind. The Buddha understood that our minds are not separate from our hearts. On the contrary, our hearts are completely connected to what is happening in our minds. And I think that's about it. What I want to read for now is kind of the introduction to the training of the heart and the mind together, and how you can put up certain blocks in your body for even pain, for musculoskeletal pain, or for emotional pain. And we definitely experience a lot of emotional pain in our lives. And the most important thing is to remember that detachment is a practice that is very valuable. Being able to remove yourself from the emotional intensity that you feel at a certain moment and allow yourself to continue to process it in an even and consistent manner instead of all at once. You know, we have our moments where we can just get overwhelmed by a emotion and the, you know, or the exterior around us, and learning how to block and shield ourselves with a like violet type flame energy and build like this semi-permeable wall where you can actually reach out and you can contact and you can see and understand where other people are, but they can't get in. They can't like reach through your violet flame and disrupt your inner harmony and your heart center, because people will want to try to do that because they want to steal like any kind of energy that they find, especially people who are, you know, are energy vampires. But you know, it's all kind of it's a natural, you know, thing that, you know, someone has this, you know, emotional experience, emotional response, and a lot of people, they just kind of it brings them to them because they want to absorb that energy. They want to feel that good energy. They want to feel that good feeling. Okay. So we'll just do a separate. Oliver's been like dying to go outside, so he's just gonna pass on through. I think cats are just the best because they remind us what it's like just to be just a funny little furry animal. You know, they're so silly and they have such a great like capacity to understand us and like observe us, and I think they secretly think that we're just silly humans who do too many things, and when we should be conserving our energy and just enjoying ourselves. But you know, that's the life of a cat. We need to have somebody. We have to go out and feed ourselves. They have someone who feeds them, so you know, there's that. Okay. So I got this new deck, and it's the Energy Oracle cards, and they, oh, they're upside down. I only read them right side up, really. There might be some turned around cards. They do have reversal meanings, but it's more for themes than anything. So I'm going to pull 3 of those at the bottom, just to kind of get, or maybe 4. We're playing with the order here because we're short a deck. But anyways, see, spirituals can have a sense of humor too. All right, we'll do some love oracle cards. We've got so many oracle decks. It's a little overwhelming, but it's okay. It's okay. Oh, gosh, she just keeps coming up, man. Oh, okay, all right. And the last one. Okay. I have my rose quartz on right now. Oh, hello. Okay. All right. So for this week, we have, oh my goodness, major themes, major themes. I'm not surprised though. There's been so many things going on at this moment. So, okay, well, these over. Okay, so for tarot cards, we have the Tower and the Nine of Pentacles reversed. They're both reversed. So something with money or your material gain or things of tangible like comforts in your life. There's something happening with that, and it's a major, massive shift. It's totally kind of disrupting your life at the moment, and it's something that you're gonna have to deal with. And it has to do with your money, your home, your security, because it's Pentacles, and the Tower is a major arcana. So you're gonna have to really, it's kind of like encouraging you to work hard, to really just focus on trying to build to your, the top level, the top goal that you're going for, and really focus on that, because the Tower card reversed means that something outside of you. So something outside of you is happening, and it may affect your stability, but that may catalyze you to go forward and seek alternative methods, understandings, other venues of like income as well. So it's really important to keep your ears to the ground and think about, like, what do I really want to do? What is going to be able to give me the most gain? So for the middle of the week, we have the Queen of Cups upright and the Sun reversed. So there's some kind of energetic understanding where there is somebody in your life, or you're giving off the energy of a very kind, empathetic, loving, feminine energy, and it is the Sun in reverse means you're not really fully absorbing all of the feeling, but it's definitely affecting you. It's definitely warming you up. It's just you may not be cognizant of what's going on at the time. And we have, for the end of the week, the Five of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. Five of Cups reversed. So we're kind of moving forward from a time when we were feeling like a feeling of lack emotionally. Like we have this, situation, and it didn't kind of make it all the way to what we wanted it to be, but we still have some, connections that allow us to feel some sort of security, because we still have those two cups. And I think we're going to start to hold on to some of that. So maybe there was something going on with a job, and you just really had to nurture yourself, and you had to take care of you and understand that you are the one who's going to bring you to where you want to be. And that's going to allow you to feel that that comfort in your life, the security. And I mean, the Four of Wands reversed and the Hermit card are the two theme cards for the week. So together, I would say you're going to be spending a lot of time in solitude and in reflection and at home. And you're going to feel very secure as well. There's going to be a very secure home feeling for yourself that's going to allow you to break out. And I mean, with these cards, we have the Healer of Ages, Deceit, and Victory. So somebody is trying to really, and the Moon, of course, we have the Moon card, which is all about your intuition. So, really feel out the energies. I mean, the Mercury's about to go into Scorpio, which is going to be really good, because we're going to get a lot of revelations for ourselves. So that's going to be really good. But we're going to have some sort of victory over someone who's been trying to deceive us, pull the wool over our eyes, make us think something that is not true at all. And it has to do with something about ourselves, or the way that we give or heal or take care of other people, take care of ourselves in a sense. So I think it's somebody's been trying to tell us that we're not good enough, and we are just really seeing through, who that person is, and not believing the kind of things that they're saying about us anymore, and really starting to look closer at who we are as people, and what we are bringing to the table, and it's allowing us to see more clearly, and be empowered by it. So we have 3 cards here with the level. We have control, we have the brunette female, and we have the young female. So perhaps there is some situation going on with 2 women, and there is a bit of a puppeteering happening, where somebody is trying to deceive someone, or both people, or there is definitely an aspect of somebody trying to make their will more important than someone else's, because control is about allowing your will to be done through someone else without their consent, basically, or subvertly. Let's see, maybe one more will help us. Oh, and it has to do with somebody, or an instance where someone isn't confident enough to cut those cords and say, no more. So I honestly think that it's time to cut those cords and really love and care for yourself. For the Gaia Oracle card, we have the message. So positive news, positive outcome, which is muy bueno. Let's see if we can read this for you guys. The anxious wait is nearly over, and the time of celebration is near. You soon will receive some good news. This may come from a land far away, or may come from someone close to you. In any case, an issue of major importance has a positive outcome. This may relate to you or someone dear to you. What a relief! You can now rest easy in the knowledge that all is well. Thank the universe for this blessing, and give thanks to Earth and the stars also. Remember that our lives are forever held in their eternal embrace. Whether we know or not, we are surrounded always by unconditional love. So it looks like we're going to get an answer that is going to definitely appeal to us. So for our love tarot, we have the 4 of Cups reversed, which is good. It's about moving out of a rut, and we are allowing kind of ourselves to try to move forward. And I think that has a lot to do with this 5 of Cups reversed as well, because they're both cups, they're both reversed, and they're next to each other. So it's kind of like we're moving away from this feeling of like loss and holding on and waiting for this one cup that may or may not be there, without realizing that we have those other 3 cups, and those are those 3 cups that got spilled in the 5 of Cups. So instead of appreciating what we have around us, we were just waiting for this one cup, and it looks like it's coming, because we have the Prince of Cups coming in and offering one, and then we have the 2 of Cups reversed, and the Queen of Coins reversed. So it seems like perhaps there is some kind of offer of a cup, but it just does seem like this person may not even be interested. They may be just so focused on what they're doing and with their work and their home, and you're spending a lot of time at home and being kind of introverted, that perhaps this person offers you the cup and you're like, well, I got all this other stuff to do, so I don't know what you want me to do with this cup. But it's kind of it's an interesting dynamic, because somebody offers their cup, and you can take it, and you don't have to take it, but you should be receptive in a nice way. Well, thank you, but right now I'm really busy, or I've got other things going on. But I believe that with these cards here, it is possible that there will be a nice situation of like somebody is going to give you a really great compliment about yourself, or you are, you're going to receive some really nice news from somebody. I mean, we have the message card, and I think it's going to propel us moving forward in what we're hoping for and trying to do in our lives. So I just I encourage you to practice mindfulness of the head and the heart together, and understand that you can control your emotions if you practice and you learn how to gauge your responses in a certain way. Now, of course, there's always outbursts and there's always things that happen. However, we do have control. We have some control, and it's important to at least practice. And it is a mindfulness training that we have throughout our entire lives. And so if you fail and something happens, forgive yourself and try again, because that's the only way you're going to move forward. Don't just give up and say, well, I did it once, it happened, and I'm forever just lost and broken. Because you can go ahead and put yourself back together better than ever. And with that, I hope you have a great week.